why are people afraid to talk about sex? For some reason, they don't want to talk. And the only time that they actually talk is in their inner couples.
Because they'll be judged.
Yeah, and they will be shamed.
They'll be shamed. They'll be shamed for having it. They'll be shamed for not having it. Have you ever been judged for the sexual things you've done? Your sexual experiences, escapades, body count? And have you ever judged someone else because of something you found out about their sex lives? Why do we judge people for the things they've done? And why are people afraid to openly talk about their experiences because of what other people might say? And what is the difference between judgment, criticism, and shame? This and a lot more are what we'll be diving into on today's episode of Sexually Speaking. J is for judgment.
When it comes to like sex and sexual life, people get judged a lot about a lot of things, from body counts to the things that you've done,
or the things that you like.
And I see that some people are even scared to talk about the things that they like, even to their partners, because they are scared of being judged.
Yeah, they are scared of having experience, even if they do.
Even if they do. I don't know about other people, but if you tell me that you've had anal sex before, I'm sorry, I'm going to judge you.
Yeah. What are we saying here?
I don't know. That's the thing. I'm going to look at you some type of
Why?
way.
Why is that?
Anal sex just seems off to me because I don't know.
In what way?
Yeah, it's the wrong hole. I don't know if you get what that's just me. That's just me though. But a lot of people judge other people for things that seem normal, things that one person may think it's normal, but other people will think, how you go do this kind of thing, right? So I think it depends on preferences and like what other people's morals, what they think is okay and what it's not.
Yeah, and there's a plethora of things that people get judged for. It's almost crazy. Like you can get judged for having no experience and then get judged for having
too much experience. It's just crazy.
Or even being in the middle. Like it's as though we don't even want anything sexual to exist. Yeah.
But then the truth of the matter is everybody has sex. Everybody has sex, but nobody wants to talk about it.
Nobody wants to talk about it.
And then there's also the double standard. What women get judged for, men don't get judged for the same thing.
Yeah.
If a man has like so many body counts, it's like, you be OG, you go savvy. But if a woman has same body count, it's like, you just spoil your life. You get
and there's oftentimes there is the expectation from men to have experience and to know what to do, and there is the expectation from women to be
innocent
and innocent. And I want to imagine who are the men getting the experience with them in the first place?
Because I mean, if
they have to be getting it with the women that they want to keep innocent. Well, quote unquote.
They might as well be getting it from their fellow men. I don't know.
Quote unquote innocence. I mean, because that word is relative. What you can perceive to be innocence will be different from the very next person.
Yeah. So we've been receiving a lot of stories and comments from people. And of course, if you have any story that you think you can relate with us, please don't forget to share it. Now, on this particular episode, we had several stories, but this particular one stood out to us and we decided to share it on today's episode. So it says, "Dear Sexually Speaking, am I judgmental? I overheard my roommate sex chatting with her boyfriend over the phone, and I can't look at her the same way again. This babe has been my roommate since 100 level. We are currently in 300 level, and to be honest, she's very straightforward, honest, and disciplined person. When I say disciplined, I mean disciplined. Okay. She's very strict with her studies, doesn't keep late nights, and is a little bit churchy.
Okay.
So I have always had this SU image of her in my head."
SU?
SU, yeah. What does that mean? Anyways, let us know what SU mean in the comments. I didn't mean to listen in on her call that night, though, but for some reason, I just couldn't sleep. The call had started out innocently enough, and in my head, I was even saying, I go love. Oh. Next thing I
Yeah.
heard was, hold on, let me check if she's sleeping. Ah!
Okay. Okay, go on. Go on. Go on.
I quickly closed my eyes as she flashed her phone on my face.
Uh-oh.
Next thing I heard was chakam. This babe was taking nudes right next to me. Wow.
Oh wait, like they're sharing the
They're
bed.
sharing a bed.
Okay, go on. Sorry.
From the nasty conversation they were having, I could tell that her sex life was very different from the image I had of her. The thing I heard her say that night and the way she said them honestly changed the way I saw her. She went from being this calm, responsible, disciplined girl to a sexually experienced and somewhat wayward lady.
We would.
And it made me ask myself if I was judging her for something I see as normal for other girls that I do not hold to the same standard, or if my perception of her has simply changed. Sis.
I mean, there are a lot of things to pick up from this story.
Yeah, this
First,
is.
I feel like you are holding this innocent person to
Yeah,
some kind
to a
of
standard, and the
that
girl does not even know that she's being held to a
exactly
standard.
like she's on her own, and you are busy setting her on a pedestal
Yeah.
that now you are feeling like she cannot reach. And there's a word that the person used. Person said that she is now wayward.
Wayward, like
I mean,
haba.
Let's
Anyway, I think people need to know that your personal, like the way you come across to people and your sexual life can be very, very different. You can be calm and reserved and be an absolute monster in bed, right?
yeah,
It's
and that
separate.
doesn't. I mean, what is waywardness
Yeah,
in
yeah,
the first place? I mean,
waywardness.
who gets to define this? Why are you in charge of setting people into categories?
Into a
This
category
person
of
is churchy.
responsible and this person
This
is
one is
wayward.
wayward.
Like,
I mean,
what is it to you? But then again, the thing is, we cannot exactly separate judgment from people.
yeah, and this judgment thing, it's sort of innate as well. And sometimes you can do it without even realizing that you're doing it.
Yeah.
So we can't really fault her for thinking this way about her roommate, because
True.
for one, she's self-reflecting.
Yeah.
She's even asking, am I being judgmental?
Yeah,
That's very, I mean, we can give her some
some credit.
yeah,
Yeah.
for that.
I
Yeah.
think that brings us to the next part of this episode.
Okay.
Judgment, criticism, or shaming. What's the difference? Like, what's the difference? Yeah, what's the difference? When you say something, are you judging the person, or are you criticizing what the person has done, or shaming? I think the part where I said if you have had anal sex, I think for me it's criticism. It's
No,
not
that's
judging.
judgment. That's you are judging people. You are judging people. That's not criticism. I feel like criticism, it has two sides.
Yeah.
There is constructive criticism
Yeah.
and there is destructive criticism. So the first one helps you to grow. They tell you, oh, this place is not working, and
Yeah.
then destructive is just like everything you are doing is bad. I do not like everything that you're doing. Maybe that's what you are doing.
No, that's not what I'm doing. So anal sex is, I feel like it has health complications, and I think it's very painful. So I don't know if I don't why it's like why, but then again, so judgment is when you say I wouldn't make that choice.
Okay.
This is not something that I would do, and the fact that you're doing it, why?
That's what you're doing. Go on. Okay,
And then
what's
criticism is,
Yeah.
I don't think this is a good choice because you say I don't think
Exactly.
this is good, but and this is why I don't think
Think
it's
it is
good. But
good, yeah.
still, upon still, it's your life. You can do what you want,
Yeah,
right?
basically.
But then shaming now is a whole
Other, yeah.
other, when you go out of your way to make
To
the
make
person
somebody feel bad, yes.
because of what they've done that you from
Think
your own
is-
personal morals think is wrong.
Yeah.
So let's just agree to disagree that shaming is the absolute worst. I feel like you can judge, but just judge with sense. Like
But,
keep your judgments to yourself.
And also be aware that you are not perfect as well.
True, true.
The,
That's why I
the,
say keep your judgments to. I won't go and
keep
tell
it
you
to
now.
yourself.
To
Thank you.
yourself. I won't
Yes.
go and tell you now that
Yes. I mean, it
why?
doesn't it doesn't concern you. What anybody does
True.
with their boyfriend or their girlfriend, it's not your
It's
business.
not your business
So
actually.
and there are a lot of things that you may do or some characteristics
Yeah.
you may have that other
So
people might
basically,
judge you for.
you can tell someone, oh, this thing that you can tell someone that the choices that they have made is not good or something without making them feel
Feel
bad
bad
about it
about
or
it.
shaming them
Yeah.
about it.
Shaming is the
Yeah.
absolute worst.
So this brings us to the big question. Why are people afraid to talk about sex? People talk about a lot of things. People talk about money, their career, a whole lot of things that people talk about. But when it comes to sex, for some reason they don't want to talk. And the only time that they actually talk is in their inner caucus. That's everybody, all of us, we are the same here. So
Yes.
yes. So why can't we talk about sex? Why are we scared to talk about sex? Why do you think?
Because they will be judged.
Yeah, and they will be shamed.
Not even just judged, it's true. They will be shamed. They will be shamed for having it. They will be shamed for not having it. I was watching this pop the balloon this thing. I always used to watch it. I know I've mentioned it on the podcast before. I really like it. It's like a guilty pleasure to me. So no, really. I think it was it women, yeah, lined up, and then they were holding the balloon, and
Yeah.
then the man came. So I think he was asking them. They were African American, so they were asking the women like, "What's your body count?" And then I think one said 20, and the man went to pop the woman's body count. And I was like, I'm sure you as a man now, maybe you want
Yeah,
to
you're
reach
like
but
50, but no, she's a
it might
woman.
it might also
Anyways,
reach that 20 or even pass, but because she's a woman, you're shaming her for that, and you no longer want to date her because of that. So people would not want to talk about their experiences
yeah,
because they don't want to cut themselves off from
yeah,
from being available to
yes,
get dates.
they don't want to be seen as not fitting the social
Yeah,
construct. So it's
yeah.
like,
I mean,
let me just say I've done this. Let me just say I've not done this. Right?
yeah.
We have people who have had threesomes. Some women will tell you that, oh, they really really like for a threesome where it's two guys and just
And them.
Yeah, you cannot go and say something like that outside.
They will there's this word they use for it. They will say that is it you run a train or they run a train? I don't know. But the word train is in that.
Or you go and tell someone you've had an orgy that they call them now.
Orgy, yeah.
Yes, that's not something you want to go about saying unless you are in a caucus of people that all of you have done the same thing. Then you can now. But if you just randomly, you won't start talking about.
I would think that in this conversation, an orgy is the craziest thing I've ever heard in my life. No judgment, so much.
I don't think it's so crazy though.
Really?
Yeah, I don't think it's so crazy. I mean, people do it. People do it.
I think it's very uncommon though.
Yeah, it's very uncommon. Like
uncommon.
people go out of their way to plan these things. Like
Yeah.
they do it in secluded environments with only very few selected. So you don't go there and go and be staring at people like, do you get
Wetin dey happen for here?
Wetin dey happen for here? So very few people, secluded people, they will just gather them, my people, and then they come and do this thing. Let me not say rubbish thing. But
Yeah. So basically, a lot of people would still want to go into relationships, and they wouldn't want
they
to
won't want people to
cut
know
themselves
about
out.
that, yeah.
So yeah.
So, do you used to judge people before? And now that you've watched this episode, has your mindset shifted? Do you now know that you can judge people? Do you now know that you can judge people and you can do constructive criticism instead of shaming people for the things that they have done? And also, if you've ever been shamed before or judged before or criticized before, that shouldn't change your perspective about sex. You should still talk about sex openly because it is not something to be ashamed about. Let us know in the comment section if you've ever been judged, the weird things that you've been judged for, and how you're going to approach those things now.
To follow us on all our social media platforms and look out for our column on lovematters.ng. That's our website. Until next time, bye.